PEGI 18.
Hello and welcome back to the EGL Open here in London 2016. My name is Chris Trout, aka the Trout 91. I'm joined by my lovely co-caster, Jonas. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing extremely good. I can't wait to see the next game. Last time I casted it, it was an absolutely crazy game, so I'm hoping to see the same here.
Absolutely, and it is going to be Splyce versus Fab Games. So this should be an incredible game. As you said, you saw it in the CWL presented by PlayStation 4. Tell me a bit about it. What was it like to cast it? What happened?
Well, basically, it was during the qualifications for the Pro Division in Cologne, and it was like kind of a game. We were looking at it. We're like, Splyce is clearly the better team. fabE is going to take it. Is going to be here as an underdog. But in front of their home audience in Germany, they went absolutely crazy, going from clutch to clutch. Especially that play from Gun Lead in CTF, which I think it was one of the best plays I've ever seen.
It was back-to-back flag caps in CTF, wasn't it?
And it was like in the last 2 minutes, and he didn't die once. He made every single play being correct. Basa went absolutely huge. Pretty much every game, especially the first R point, dropped like 40. So I'm really looking forward to see what's going to go into that game. But last time, even though fabE played extremely well, Splyce took it.
Let's talk a bit about Basa. Now, Basa's obviously quite new to the competitive scene. He's really come of his own. Obviously quite a popular YouTuber in his own respective region, and he's come towards the competitive circuit, and he's really made a name for himself. He's really putting out, he is playing at the level of some of these pro players that have been doing it for years, and he's just come out, rocked up, and he's putting on performance after performance. Now, tell me a bit about him. What kind of role is he playing? What do you think of him?
Well, Basa basically is going to be playing that AR role. He's going to be basically doing both the anchoring and the slaying, which is kind of particular because he's been holding those pawns but playing so aggressive at the same time. Last time I watched him play, like you said, he's relatively new to the scene. The Pro Division qualifiers in Cologne was his first event, and we're like, okay, you know, he's used to play in front of hundreds of thousands of people that watch him online on his videos. But at the same time, is he going to be able to handle the pressure? And it clearly was. He played so well, and I think he's someone that is really passionate. He's playing with his heart, and you can see it because he wants to do well. He wants to do well for his fans, for his team, for himself. Dude loves esports, and he's been putting some amazing performance. So I hope he can do the same today. And he's got great teammates as well. What can we say about kivE? I mean, kivE, every time we watch him play, is extremely impressive.
Extremely impressive. I've known kivE for quite a few years now, and he's always putting on a performance when he's put into a LAN situation, and he is just a rock for that team. And we'll be running through the teams very shortly, but let's talk a bit about Splyce as well. So Splyce, a team of some UK veterans right here. You can see the lineups. We've got Josh, Bance, Vortex, and Hawkey. Now, what are your thoughts on this Splyce lineup?
Well, it's an extremely interesting lineup because when you look at it, you got kind of three newcomers, Bance, Vortex, Hawkey. They haven't been in for so long, but they've been doing some serious damage in the league. With Josh being the leader, being that veteran, that's going to bring in the hype. It's going to bring all that experience. Extremely clever player. As we know, he's been playing with the best players. He's been in the greatest tournaments. Definitely can handle that pressure, and he's been guiding these young players very well. Bance, extremely impressive so far in the league. He's going to be my player to watch on the Splyce side.
I ever said it at the start of the game. I was playing online 8s with some of the pros and stuff, and Bance was just absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, I'm tiers below someone like Bance in terms of ability, but he was just phenomenal. He read every single play I had. He outgunned me in every situation. He adapted to the new game like he had been playing it for years. And I said at the start of the game, he's going to be the guy to watch. He came to the CWL qualifiers, and he performed like no one else did in that one. And he has been performing consistently ever since. And I'm really excited to see how this Splyce team do on that. I'm expecting big things from them. I think they've got an incredible team, and I'm expecting some massive plays.
Yeah, and if we look at the rankings of the Call of Duty World League Pro Division that's still going on right now, finishing next week for the regular schedule, we have Bance. I think he's one of the top slayers. Yeah. We have Hawkey and Vortex doing some absolute work in the R point, playing the objective role. So it's a very aggressive team for me, Splyce, and those three new players are doing some good work. And there was a change at the beginning of the season in this team. That was the replacement of Dominate. And to me, Dominate was like that solid AR. He was really playing well, and it was, to me, I didn't really understand the choice at first, but when I saw what this new Splyce team was able to do, then I understood. And we've seen something quite interesting, was that Josh switched to the AR in some situations, which is something I would have never expected. But who knew? Josh is actually pretty good with the AR.
Well, Josh has always been able to use the AR in previous Call of Duty titles. I mean, I'm so used to using him in SMG, seeing him use an SMG, which I'm pretty sure most people are. Every now and then he'll pull out an AR and you're like, oh, what's this from Josh? I don't expect him to be using an AR, but he can use an AR. He's done it on previous Call of Duties for time and time again, and he's proving to do it once again on a new Call of Duty game. And you can see the group standings so far. Splyce sitting at the top, quick 2-0 over Convert Esports. And we're going to see Rift and Fab also in that group. And obviously the match that we're going to be watching is Fab versus Splyce. Now, Fab, they kind of disappeared after the qualifiers. Not qualifying for the CWL.
Absolutely.
They kind of disappeared. So I haven't really been in touch for what they've been doing over the past few months. Do you have any insight to that?
Well, the first thing to say is that during the Pro Division qualifiers online in Cologne, they didn't qualify, losing to Splyce very close. And after that, we were looking at them. They are definitely going to qualify. They are one of the best teams. They're the best team in Germany for sure, and they should qualify through online. But they actually lost during the qualifier to Pulse Gaming, the French team, who is sitting
0-11, 0-12,
yeah,
something like that?
0-15 or something. They're like, they've lost basically every game. I think it's 0-14. And it's kind of weird to think that this team that almost beat Splyce at LAN, then lost to Pulse online, and Pulse is going literally the worst score possible in the league. And then afterwards, during those last qualifiers online that we've seen for the Call of Duty Challenger Division presented by PS4, is that they've lost to Team Tempo in the first week. I don't remember the result last week, but the first week they've had a tough bracket. So far, it's not looking very good for them. As you could see, they are only the 3rd seed in their group, which means even Rift had more points in this challenge division than them. So not in a good situation. And if they want to make it into the league, they're going to have to put a great performance, because it's not an easy group trial. Rift are a serious concurrent.
I mean, we definitely want to see a German team representing in the European European Champions League presented by PS4. But we'll take a small look at the maps. It's going to be a very similar thing for you to look at.